This is CCDNB. Canadian content, drum and bass. The first of all Canadian content, drum and bass podcasts with your host, DJ Canada.
Check. What's up? Thank you kindly for downloading the Canadian Content Drum and Bass podcast. This is episode 27, Producer Showcase Mix number whatever. For this episode, we bring you the all stranjah mix. Stranjah was kind enough to put together an exclusive all dubplate mix, chock full of some cuts that you've never heard before. Nobody's ever heard before. Not even me, because a lot of these tracks he just finished up recently. So believe me, you're going to want to listen to this one all the way through. And just on a side note, hope you all are keeping cool, because it is way hot up in Canada. I think even in the States, all around the world, it is like heat waves. So drink lots of water. I don't have an air conditioning, so it's like 30 degrees up in this bitch. I don't know how the humidity factors in, but anyways, before we get into it, I just want to give a shout out to the Ottawa crew and the Montreal Massive. I want to send a shout out to Scott Effis and RCA. Shout outs to Arcola, Subtone, and Override. Good to finally meet you, Dan. Big ups to Valerie. Big ups to Rob from Concrete Jungle, Ottawa. Shout out to Nicola for driving us out there. And of course, shout out to Renee Levice from Schematic. We all had an amazing Canada Day weekend road trip. So big thanks to Rum and Ass Promotions and Concrete Jungle, Ottawa for having us out. Shoutouts to all the international listeners, and of course big ups to Spain for bringing home that coveted World Cup. I didn't watch the game, I'm more of a hockey guy myself, but those Spanish people were making some noise outside of my apartment. In a few weeks I'll be heading out to Vancouver, but before then I will be back with Kasha for another full-blown episode. But until then, please enjoy this all stranjah mix, courtesy of the man himself. Alright, here we go.
You're listening to the CCDNB Producer Showcase Mix.
Exclusive.
listening to CCDMB
Producer Showcase Mix.
If you ain't down with it, you ain't down with it.